Hey, hey, and welcome, beautiful one, to Magic Monday, another brand new week. It is, if you're watching this live, and do come and say hello, use the chat. It is the 8th of the 9th. It is the 8th of September 2025. We have entered the eclipse window. We really entered it a couple of weeks ago, but the total lunar eclipse was yesterday. Were you able to see it? It peaked here in Scotland around about 7:30, but it was really, it's a bit too cloudy. We were outside. The boys were really excited to see it, but we didn't see it, but we felt it. And hopefully you felt it too. From all accounts, it's bringing up so much. I had a few friends saying they felt so rough. They were not feeling good at all, filled with flus and colds, obviously loads of stuff to release. I got up feeling I need to be in the woods. I need to be as grounded as I can today and just, you know, center and ground and receive from this incredible portal, this window that we are in now. We really are in it from now up until the 21st when we have the partial solar eclipse, and really another couple of weeks after that. So, September, big one, friends, fresh new perspectives, new beginnings. And of course, with new beginnings, there is closures, there's endings. So, let me know what's taking place in your world right now. We're going to go straight in with a card reading for this particular week from the new deck, Celestial Unicorn Tarot, which I'm finding so accurate. If you have it, check out the card spreads right at the end of the book because they're incredibly accurate. We're also going to be enjoying in this video some insights around the spirit of action, because the last video we focused on the spirit of creativity, receiving those downloads, the insights, the ideas, the spark of what we want to create or co-create. But there's there's a world of difference between receiving that intuition and then taking the inspired action that's going to bring it to life. And so many of my clients, and historically, and sometimes I still trip up, I take my sweet time moving from receiving that inspired action to then following through, namely because of procrastination and its sister, perfectionism, or fear of failure, overwhelming high standards, being in the mind, future tripping, going into anxiety mode. We'll talk all about that. The spirit of action. And if you are feeling immobilized and blocked in any way from whatever has been moving through you, because September, as we said in the last video, is filled with creativity. So you are going to receive so much. Maybe you're feeling like you are metamorphosizing into a brand new you, because so much is happening in the sky, so much is happening in the astrology, in the charts right now that so many of us are feeling, "Oh, I just want to completely redo my life." I said in the last video, I'm inspired to take a step back from angel healing. The last class, by the way, I think it's going to be for at least for a few years. The last level one course will be on October 4th. If you feel like I really want to sit angel healing, get in touch. There are other teachers, and I'm hoping they are now going to come into their own and really lead with the courses while I take a bit of a back seat and focus on other things the spirit of creativity, where it's moving me. Okay, let me know how all of that lands, friends. But let's take a card, asking the unicorn's highest and best card for our week beginning the 8th of September. Feeling the Pegasians very much with us, friends. So the Pegasians are the celestial cousins to the unicorns. The unicorns very much guide us to receiving those ideas. Actually, it's so apt to receiving those ideas and those insights, whereas the Pegasians take us through. The unicorns open the door, the Pegasians, the celestial cousins, often with an alicorn. Sometimes they're just winged, they appear, and we have a sense that they're winged horses. these motivational, inspirational coaches take us through the doorway. They escort us and help us to really actualize and put action, breaking down tasks into goals, into what feels doable, and really giving us the clarity and the courage and the focus to follow through. So they're very much with us this week, friends. The Pegasians, you can invite them into your life. You can even print off an image of them, put it in your office like I have here, or your altar space, or just feel into yourself as a Pegasus with beautiful wings, wings that are limitless, and feel yourself soar into what you want to create or co-create with another. And talking about working with others, the card that we have is the Four of Wands for our week ahead, that really represents creating with others, celebrating with others, and co-creating with others. So I wouldn't be surprised if this week you are receiving downloads and inspirations to set up meetings, to get in touch with someone that you've always wanted to work with, or maybe you've worked with in the past, something that you want to create and bring into this world, something that's bigger and greater than what you could do on your own. Yeah, this really feels ripe this week, as well as the energy of stability, of because we're working with the fire unicorns here and the wand of the suits, it is action, it is following through, and that recognition, because the fire unicorns are the first to remind us that small steps in the taken in the direction of our dreams is still momentum, is still progress. You know, always choose progress over perfectionism. Always, always, always. So, whatever small steps that you can take this week, friends, celebrate them. Even better, celebrate with another, celebrate with the unicorn, celebrate with your friends, your loved ones, and bring in wherever, sit with yourself, ask who's highest and best for me to work with for this and this, or do I need to get a coach or somebody to support me with this new exercise regime, or to revive my finances, or to build this website, or whatever it is, just feeling into and realizing that sometimes what stops us, if we're talking about the spirit of action, sometimes what stops us is the sense that we have to do things all by ourselves. All by ourselves. I put my hand up to that one. Sometimes I will make tasks so big, so overwhelming, creating those high standards, that then I think, no, I I don't have what it takes. This is too much for me. Rather than focusing just in the moment at that one goal or whatever is actionable in that moment, I'm focusing on the entirety of the project, and it's freaking me out. And I feel like I've got to do it all by myself. And then, of course, that just leads to shut down and I'll do something else. Because here's the thing, there is always other things to do. In the past, when I've had a book deadline, all of a sudden I'll have this urge to clean out this is real. I've literally done this before, to clear out the bottom of the toaster tray. Like, who does that? Or reorganize my my bras, like suddenly go through my closet and, have a spring clean. Anything but actually just sitting down and writing. And something that trips up a lot of creatives, students especially, but often one-to-one soul session clients will come to me. They're filled with ideas, they're tuned in, their crown chakra is singing, they're getting all of these downloads, but then taking what they're receiving from non-physical and making it and birthing it into the physical, that's where they trip themselves up, because of what we've just mentioned before, but also because they don't feel good enough. They feel like they're an imposter. They don't feel resourced enough, or they're feeling this sense of fear regarding not only failure, but also success. So I want you to just to start to feel into that. The reason we're focusing on this is really leading on from the last video, but also because September is so creative. Like on my morning walk today, I stood under an oak tree and it wasn't raining, it was beautiful sunshine, yet it sounded like it was raining because the oak tree was dropping so much acorns, like so much potential, so much seeds, so much new beginnings just dropping all around me. I thought, ah, of course, there is so much here. There is so much here. And yesterday, I took one of the acorns and I've got it on my altar just for that reminder that what we receive, the little seeds, the little nuggets, we never know how big they are going to grow. We never know the potential of that one insight or that one little acorn, which of course is going to grow into the oak tree that then is going to become so big that then it continues to drop all its insights and its new seeds. It's like another metaphor for what we create in our life brings about a legacy that then supports others, inspires others, and perhaps inspires generations. And so it's really, really important to be honest with ourselves. If there is procrastination, self-sabotage, perfectionism, to name but a few of the common blocks taking you from that inspired idea to taking that inspired action. Does this resonate with you, friends? Have you been there before? Are you currently there? Do you feel like you want to focus on this project and this project? For me, it's the creation of my website. There's so much that's been done, but literally putting all the intricacy, all the bits, all the technology together, it freaks me out because I'm not technical. And then I was reminded today, tuning in for this video, that I can outsource that to other people. And that's their forte. That's their passion. It's not my passion. So therefore I'm not good at it. And I create these mental blocks, but we can outsource. There's so much talent in the world that we can outsource. And again, we come back to our card of the week. Divine collaborations. What divine collaborations can we make this week that helps us to bring those ideas and those projects to life? What do we need to, and where can we outsource? Taking that small step. So I would love to take us on a guided journey. What is the one takeaway I would like to because it's pour into this journey, is to remember to just stay in the present moment. Like if you feel yourself immobilized when it comes to taking action, just come into the present moment, whatever that would take. Come into the present moment. Meditation, breath work, even just keeping hydrated, because sometimes when we're dehydrated, and most of the population is, that's when we feel drained and we're not in that positive potential mindset. I also work a lot with crystals. So I've gathered some crystals just to show you that there's crystals, man. You can have them physically or you can ask for them to be etherically around you when you're creating or you're meditating on action, on the inspired action to take for what is important to you. And the first one, and I always have this sitting on my desk, it's right behind the computer in the top left-hand corner of your desk, a little angelic feng shui tip, top left is your abundance. It's the abundance corner. So not only does citrine help us to bring in that abundance of divine prosperity, but also divine ideas, also creativity. It keeps the creativity coming in, keeps that flowing. It's also the stone of optimism. So whatever ideas are coming to us, have you ever been there when you've got this brilliant idea, but then all of a sudden you're like, no, nobody's going to, that's not going to help anybody. Like That's just wishful thinking. And then it goes. So it's not only, we don't only need this divine flow of creativity, but also to back it up with the confidence, back it up with that positive mindset that what's coming through us is coming from the divine, it's coming from God, Goddess. If it's coming through us and if it feels good, that's your indicators. Then let it come through you, let it be, and do what it does best, the spirit of creativity. Go on and inspire and create the ripples and create the legacy for generations to come. So, number one, definitely get yourself some citrine if you don't have that. Ready? Next is carnelian, that gives us courage, stone of courage. Also gives us energy. It inspired me to wear red today. Put on some red lipstick, red for action. Carnelian is also stone of protection. So it helps us when we have people around us. We have those ideas, we want to put in the action, but we have those negative nannies or whatever that term is, you know, that term, those negative people, those naysayers that go, no, 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 that's never going to work. So it helps us to just be in our own energy, trust what's coming through us, trust our divine guidance. For your divine guidance, insights, and intuition and ideas do not have to make sense to anyone but you, friends. Please remember that. Doesn't matter what other people think. Like if it feels good to you, run with that idea. Bless the world. You do the world the biggest disservice by not sharing and shining who you are, what you are, and what's moving through you. Next to, before we go into meditation, calcite. Getting yourself some orange calcite is going to give you renewed energy because when we're focusing on progress, when we're focusing on taking momentum, we've meditated, we've received all the ideas, and we're ready to put action. We need that energy. We need our tank to be fueled. It's also the stone of the higher crown chakras. It's going to keep your channel really open, but in a very joyful, optimistic way. Beautiful stone to have with us. And then to help ground your action. And again, give you more of a grounded, sustained energy. Get yourself some red jasper. And if you feel like, you know what, Calista, I have all these allies. I feel my guides and angels. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to create, but I still doubt. I doubt myself. I doubt my abilities. Everything feels too big, feels too enormous. Then there is one more stone, one more crystal, and this is a form of it anyway, would be smoky quartz. Get yourself a big smoky quartz. This is a form of smoky quartz actually called crocodile quartz. Um, and I have it right beside me, like where I sit and and create these videos and bring through all the beautiful divine guidance from source, the angels, the unicorns. This is going to help to act as a filter, to help you to just be more aware when you are down on yourself, when you could bring in more compassion, when you could really, just open to greater self-awareness and come back to faith and trust that what's moving through you, it's not just for you, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. Sometimes we just need to re-engage with our why we want to create this thing. Like for me, when I feel immobilized about my new website, just being real, always using my real life examples. If you've just joined the channel, do come and subscribe, friends, to these weekly videos. Always being real with you. We've got to be real with each other, you know. When I feel into creating the website and the blocks of technology that I'm creating, Then I think about, well, why do I want to create this website? And really, I want it to be a home, especially for women who are still doubting their ability to be a channel, that are ready to become more empowered. A home from home, a space where they can be. It's going to have so many free resources and courses and just little divine pauses and journeys that you can experience to know that you're not alone. A space that you're seen and heard and brought into community. Like that fills me with passion. And that passion dwarfs those doubts about technology. Like they become minuscule because I've regained the perspective. I came into my why. So if you take nothing else from this video, take that, friends. What is your why for what you want to create? How can you re-engage with that passion and that purpose? This is something that we're going to go into real depth on tomorrow on the 9th of the 9th. Of course, it had to be the 99 portal for Vision Voyage, which is our monthly online ceremony. And there's a replay included if you want to come and join us. We are going to look at not only September, but we're going to map out the next 3 months. Something that I do as a practice, I've done it for years, is map out every season. What do I want to bring in? What do I want to create? Not manifest. I don't really use those words anymore. Like, what do I want to create? What do I want to say yes to and bring in? What's bigger than me, that is ready to come forward? So we're going to map out the next season, the next 3 months, and go into a shadow alchemy journey. It's almost like, taking the spirit of the smoky quartz, working with the angel that often manifests and comes forward as black. Everybody used to say, don't trust black angels. They're somehow dark and negative. They're absolutely not. Archangel Cassiel, the angel of fear, of transcendence, of potential, is who we're going to be working with. And going into our shadows more than we do today, going through an alchemy process, because of course we're in this eclipse window, it's all about our shadows coming up. But how can we transform them and create space for new growth and new beginnings? Everything that we're saying yes to, everything that's important to us. That's where we're going to be playing in. So if you want to come and join us for Vision Voyage, the link will be here. You can also just go to my website right now, calistaascension.com, and it's on the homepage. All right, friends, so let's go into our journey. When you're ready, just getting yourself comfy. If you are driving, of course, just enjoy this journey when you can relax and safely close your eyes. Okay, so that was a lot. That was a spirited conversation because, of course, we're working with the energy of action. But for now, let's just slow the momentum right down by focusing on your breath. Taking an easy breath in and sighing out your breath. And again, easy breath in. Shaking out your arms, circulating or moving your shoulders or neck, just easing out any tension, any knots, so that you can be here fully. And if this is your first opportunity to sit with yourself, then slow your breath down even more. Being aware of your inhale the depth and quality of your breath. Pausing at the top of your inhale, finding a comfort in that pause, and releasing. Allowing everything just to settle. All the sounds and sensations around you just to be. Feeling yourself move into sacred space. The outside world will be there after this journey, but for now, taking your gaze, your focus, your attention inward. Coming down into your heart space. From your heart, feeling roots growing from the base of your heart, roots of light, rivers of light moving through your body, down through your legs, out through the soles of your feet, and wherever you're sitting or lying, they move through the floor or the grass if you're outside, moving intuitively all the way to the center of the earth. And at the center, these rivers of light flow into the heart of Gaia, Pachamama, our divine Great Mother, becoming one, grounding. On your next inhale, breathing up that nourishing earth energy all the way from her source, from her heart, bringing it up through the soles of your feet, up your ankles, legs, into your knees, into your hips, into your torso, into your heart, up into your shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, bringing this light specifically into our joints to help us to move, to help us to be flexible and flow with change. And then allow this earth energy to fill up the space behind your neck and eyes, and spine, and up through the crown of your head, taking that earth energy all the way into the sun. And then into the heart of the sun. Breathing into the divine sacred masculine and all of the cosmic support and ancestors that are here for you now in this moment, who are so eager to celebrate your triumphs and victories, to see those seeds like acorns grow and grow into mighty oaks that bring shelter and support and inspiration and creativity to others so effortlessly. Taking a breath here, right in the center of the sun, and bringing that down into your heart and into the center of the earth. And we just allow these rivers of light to blend into each other and to move through you as they come down from the sun, through you into the earth, and from the earth through you into the sun. And we ask in the wake of this light and this love for all that is not for you to be dissolved and resolved, so that everything that's important to you, all the creations you're ready to action, it's easy. There is that easy, graceful path. And so it is. Thank you. So taking another deep breath in, filling your lungs, filling your heart, feeling each breath as a gentle wave washing over you. Feeling the support of the universe literally hugging you so that you know that you have assistance, that there's always help here, and great, great love. So please start to feel into the center of your heart. Visualizing here a radiant light right at the center, like a tiny seed. And with every breath, please feed that light. Let it grow and grow until it outgrows your heart and your body, expanding into this beautiful radiant aura around you. This is your inner wisdom, your courage, your strength, your knowingness of who and what you are. And through this light, you are connected to all of creation. So please affirm to yourself, I am present. I am grounded. I am one with creation, and so it is. Breathing in. And then taking a moment now to reflect on any action, or maybe action in the past that you have wanted to take but you didn't. A current or past circumstance where you felt held back. And ask yourself if this was due to perfectionism, fear of failure, or overwhelming of high standards. Just observe these feelings without judgment. For we recognize that perfectionism is not the same thing as striving to be your best. For perfectionism comes from the belief that if we live perfect, look perfect, and act perfect, we can minimize or somehow avoid suffering or blame or judgment. Take a breath in and realize that difference. And choose in this moment to simply allow yourself to be all that you are and to give birth to all the ideas, all the creativity that's moving through you. Just say yes. And what is the action that feels doable in this moment? What feels doable in this moment? Letting that come to you naturally without forcing. And this is a great question to ask, for it keeps you in the moment, guided by your higher self and focused towards your purpose, that current of energy, that calling that's moving through you. Please go ahead and visualize that you are taking action, taking this step. What feels doable? Can you see or sense yourself doing that? And what does that feel like? And we ask your guides, your angels, your wise ones to join you on this journey, knowing that every step forward, every action, no matter how small, is a sacred offering that you're giving to your path and ultimately to others. Breathing in. And maybe through asking and visualizing this step being taken, another insight comes. But take all in your stride. Remember to break down tasks into what feels manageable. So there's no overwhelm, only celebration, only progress, always over perfection. Asking your guides, your higher self in this moment, to continue to align your actions with your current capabilities, to the potential of the capabilities that's within you, to a positive, accepting mindset that you can succeed, that what's moving through you is for you. And anything that feels in opposition, just keep breathing through, giving that over to many guides and angels and unicorns that are present, Pegasus. And if there's any other steps or insights that are coming to you, perhaps people to connect with, to hire or collaborate, let the awareness of them now come to you. And lastly, asking yourself, how can I stay aligned to consistency and balance with regard to taking action? What would that take to stay consistent, to stay in balance without overwhelming myself or running away from what feels not manageable? Big breath in. Breathing into your heart, but also breathing into your solar plexus, into your inner sun, your seat of creativity. Knowing that you have what it takes to be consistent, to show up, focusing on in every moment what feels doable and following through as you celebrate every step, every win, always placing progress over perfectionism. And so it is. Taking one last deep breath in, giving gratitude to yourself, to the journey, to the insights shared. And what is the one commitment that you can make after this video? What is the one step, the one doable step that you will action? Making that as a commitment, giving that to yourself, and ultimately to others. And when you're ready, friends, fully beginning to orientate yourself back into the room. Breathing into your body, and on your exhale, perhaps shaking out your arms, tapping your feet on the floor, and coming back. And I'm not going to say much more because let's follow through. What can you action? What steps are you going to take? Let me know in the video. Let me know. What step are you going to take today towards actioning your dreams? We can do it, friends. We can do it. And I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the ceremony vision voyage. If it is speaking to you, if you really want to create a vision map, a personal manifesto, actionable steps, and a community and accountability as well that can hold you accountable for the next 3 months. Because sometimes we just need that. We just need that community to really hold us. So with that, so much love. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.